So you've probably tried everything, right? You tried all of the things to clear your skin, the medications, the skincare, the diet changes, and you probably have seen really great results, but there's just still that one thing missing where you're just like, why is this coming up consistently? Why is this still happening even though I've made all of these changes? A few years back, I posted a video on my channel called How Suppressed Emotions Can Show Up as Acne and Other Skin Breakouts. It's still one of my favorite videos that I've ever done, that I've ever shared on my channel, because it is so underrated and so overlooked in the acne healing journey, in the skin healing journey, whatever you're dealing with when it comes to skin issues. I know that for me, it wasn't until I addressed these suppressed emotions, that I took them out of my body, really kind of like let them drain out of my body. I don't even know how else to say it. I pretty much let that shit go. It wasn't until I started doing these tips that I'm gonna be sharing in the video that I started seeing really incredible results, more consistent results. And even now, if I do get a breakout here and there, they're so small, they're so insignificant. It really only lasts 1 to 2 days. They're not filled with pus. They're just so irrelevant. Like, I don't even notice that they're there because I've been really working on releasing all these suppressed emotions. So this is what we're going to talk about in today's video, and I want to give a little disclaimer before we start. I am not a licensed therapist. I am not a professional. This is just some things that have worked personally for me, and I want to share it for you, because if you're somebody that, like I said, has been struggling with constant acne, then I want to help you find relief in ways that you can do on your own. However, I do suggest that if you are dealing with a lot of anxiety, severe anxiety, you're going through a little bit of a depression, then make sure that you speak to a licensed professional and see how you can work one-on-one with them to make some changes. All right, so here we go. The first one, which is honestly the most important one when it comes to releasing your suppressed emotions. And I really wanted to highlight it because if there's anyone that you do in this group that I'm going to be mentioning, I really want you to try to focus on this one. Like I said, it's the most important one. So backtracking to that video that I said I posted or I shared a few years back, at that time I was reading this book called 90 Seconds to a Life You Love: How to Master Your Difficult Feelings to Cultivate Lasting Confidence, Resilience, and Authenticity. I feel like I speak about this book a lot, so if you've heard me talk about it a lot, it's honestly because I've never heard of this concept before, and it's absolutely changed my life. It is by Dr. Joan Rosenberg, and one of the things I took out of the book the most that has completely like blown my mind is how emotions only last 90 seconds in our body when we allow ourselves to feel it. So disappointment, shame, frustration, the most important thing that we can do when these hard feelings come up is, instead of brushing it off and like acting like, you know, you're not even phased, is really taking that time to feel it. And I know it's so uncomfortable, right? Like, who wants to feel these negative or bad emotions, right? But Dr. Rosenberg says that when we do allow ourselves to feel those emotions for 90 seconds, which is really how much time these emotions last in our bodies, that we can actually let it pass, and they're not going to be grabbing a hold onto our body, and they're not, you know, going to be causing havoc. So 90 seconds into that disappointment, that shame, whatever you're feeling, sit with it, let it pass. It has honestly truly changed my life, and it's something that I constantly try to practice every single day. Most of us don't even know this. I know I didn't know this going into my childhood, my adult life. We're not taught this, and I feel like that's why that saying that says you have to feel to heal is so true. And that is why talk therapy is so important, because it really allows you to dig up those hard emotions that we've suppressed for all these years and really bring them to the light so that we can let them go, move on, and release them. And you know, it's not something that you feel once and it's over. You might have to feel this time and time again. You know, everybody is different. The longer I feel like we've been suppressing it, the more we have to consciously work on feeling into that, and you have to do it as many times as you feel that's right for you and let it pass. So that is my biggest tip going into this practice. All right, moving on to the next one, because this is really important and it's something that I've been so conscious of. I'm trying to be consistent and do it every single day, and that is moving my body. All right, so moving your body is extremely important for releasing those suppressed or repressed and unexpressed emotions, because when you look at the word emotion, what it basically means is energy in motion. There's so many studies now that actually prove that emotions get trapped in the body, right? I always talk about that book called The Body Keeps the Score, how trauma that we went through our childhood, how trauma that happened 10 years ago really gets stored in our tissues, in our cells, in our bodies. That is why it's so important to move as much as we can. Walking, it doesn't have to be something that serious like cardio, but walking, dancing. I mean, for me, I like yoga. I've been trying to work out every single morning now. It's just something that has been really on my mind when it comes to staying consistent, especially living in this panty, because a lot of us are living in just constant lack of movement, and that's something that can affect our skin, can affect our emotions, because we're letting those emotions further get trapped in our bodies. I'm actually reading this book called When the Body Says No, Exploring the Stress Disease Connection. It is by Dr. Gabor Mate. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So what he basically talks about in the book is how stress, right, but specifically emotional stress that lingers, can really create diseases and havoc in our lives. So when it comes to allowing ourselves to move through this emotional stress, emotional trauma, of course we want to work with professionals, but doing little things every single day throughout our lives, like moving our bodies, feeling our emotions, are just something that is so necessary in order for us to become healthier and to heal. The next one we're going to be talking about is something that has completely changed my life. All right, I've done tutorials on it on my channel. I constantly talk about it inside my online course, and that is because it has really made me realize how much blocks I have when it comes to my emotional state, and that is EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Tapping is something that I will always keep in my daily practice, just because I see the most results and the quickest results, and I actually see and feel the release in real time. If you don't know what emotional freedom technique is, it is a concept and a practice that was originated in Chinese medicine. And I guess the simplest way to describe it is thinking about acupuncture, right? The needles going into specific areas of your body. These needles don't really go in these random spots, right? They're specifically put in areas where we have these hot spots or meridians, aka energy spots throughout our body. So when it comes to emotional freedom technique or tapping, what we're doing is we are going to be tapping in specific meridian points that's designed to help your body release any blockages that you have when it comes to your emotional state, or when it comes to your stress, or just physical as well, because emotions can show up in the physical, like pain, acne, and things like that. And what I love most about EFT is that it's not just like, I feel so good right now, right? Because we don't want to bypass what we're feeling. If we're truly not feeling right, then we say, I may not be feeling my best right now, but despite that, I still love and accept myself, or I still love and appreciate myself, right? So we're honoring how we're truly feeling at the moment, but saying that even though I feel like shit, or even though I feel this way, I still love, value, and appreciate myself. And then we're working through how we're actually feeling, and then transforming it into, I am letting this shame go, or I am letting this disappointment go, right? You're releasing it from your body after you've really honored how you truly feel. It is something that is gonna stay with me till the end of time, just because I've seen such great results with my skin and with my overall well-being and health. I'll link an EFT practice that I did on my channel below so you can try it out. If you've never done it before, or if you have done it before, you can try to include that into your daily practice. It's specifically targeted to clear up acne and other skin breakouts. So I hope you enjoy that. Thumbs up if you found this video helpful. I am sending you so much healing, so much emotional freedom your way. Let me know if you try anything on this list, if you are adding it to your daily routine. I would love to hear more feedback on what you thought about this. All right, you guys, take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.